All right, we're live.
All the way down there.
Oh, really?
Connor? All the way down there.
Well, we're live.
Okay.
I don't know how you want it.
How are they gonna hear us? Is it?
There's a speaker on it.
So let's come closer this way then.
It's a pretty good speaker.
This is exciting. Technology.
It might tell us how many people are watching. Yeah, zero.
Zero.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, but this is recorded, so
Yeah.
people can watch it in the future.
Oh, don't worry, I can delete it.
You can edit, I hope. What time is it?
We don't make third.
We're downstairs.
table?
Was that a superintendent
Huh?
office that came in? I realized I was late and then we were enjoying the screen downstairs.
For what?
So we
How many
go in,
times
right?
did the buttons go down?
It's gone down like 5 or 6 times today, I have to admit. I'm not proud of it.
Are you gonna do one movie?
I'm gonna do 2.
What'd you guys decide? Frozen on the big screen and How to Train Your Dragon 2 in the music room.
That's gonna be awesome. Good choice. I never seen that.
I needed to do one that was appealing to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Private in there.
Backpack.
Oh, thank you.
So it's in my daughter.
Right there.
I was afraid of the office.
Oh, tree.
Anyone?
Say, yeah, we'll watch it.
Not that I know. It was on the Facebook page, right?
Yeah.
The link.
And Jen sent
Yeah,
it out.
that's an email around.
Like right here.
This is much more low stress than trying red screen the assembly. Not a good option
So what is it that you're doing here?
for live.
Who has it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, I don't care. Yeah,
Right.
it's 6 o'clock.
It's right on there.
It's pretty good.
Oh, good, I love the screen.
First time we've used it.
Or should we put it down?
So do you know what the technical difficulties were the last time? I figured it out.
We were trying to play camera and run the presentation.
Oh, you couldn't.
And it just seemed like it was choking everything out. Yeah, because it was there. And it was like, gone. Yeah, it would go like this. And I heard I was in front of it.
And you were like, what's wrong?
I don't need the agenda, but I have it on my
I
screen.
know, but sign in sheets.
Oh, no, I know everybody here.
Okay. So there's agendas. All right. Thank you all for coming. And welcome to the people watching at home. I'm sure there are
Zero viewers.
zero. That's all right.
I'm gonna
Is Jamie
find it.
She's getting the babysitter.
Oh,
Yeah, the babysitter's on her way.
Oh,
okay.
But I also got a request on the email today asking if this would still be available after the meeting, or if you could only watch it live. I said, no, it should be available afterwards.
Yep.
So we may get people after the fact.
So welcome, a quick around the table. Do you want to start since you're in the end?
Jen Crom, I've got a 3rd grader and a 1st grader, and I'm PTO secretary.
Sunat, PTO president, and my son is in 3rd grade.
Ray Garcia, my daughter Cynthia is in the 3rd grade. Jody Davey, I'm the PTO treasurer and I'm the Marty Irvine, my son's 2nd grade. ABC Peter, my son's in 2nd grade. Then Durgan, my daughter's in 2nd grade.
Jamie Payton, I'm the PTO vice president. I have a 3rd grader and a 1st grader.
Nicole Dalu, I'm the librarian integrator here. I have a 5th grader, but not here.
Great. Yeah. Soon, coming next year.
So jumping right into the agenda, school directory.
Jamie just left.
I'm right here.
Oh, hi. Oh, you are, oh, thank
I'm
you.
just trying to track down the babysitter.
Okay. School directory, I got all the information from Becky Wood, I compiled it all. It was a crazy week in my life, so I handed it off to Jamie. I think it was you, right?
Yes, but
And then
I was not expecting to do anything with it. I just needed it for some numbers for some.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Miscommunication. Okay. So we have the file, it's ready to go, it just needs to be printed.
So we'll go to the printer hopefully next week,
Yes.
and we'll get it to students probably the first week of December.
Okay.
Sort of a bit of business that I've been wanting to tackle since we came onto the board is the bylaws. The existing bylaws that were handed to me last, whatever it was, a year and a half ago, are very long and outdated, and I'd like to revise them. So here they are as they exist now. They've got a date of 2009. I don't know if the school keeps any records of these, who knows?
They were, no,
No.
they were done right before I got here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going around, okay.
I mean, I don't want to take up precious time in the meeting to do this, but you see what's existing, and then I've got a set of proposed revisions that I just kind of went through and did to get the process moving. My goal was to streamline and simplify. But this is obviously accepting any and all comments, and hopefully we can vote in some new bylaws at our next meeting, which is in December. So this is sort of the open comment period. So you can see what exists, some proposed revisions that are just proposed, and willing to take lots of new ideas. But again, the goal was to simplify and generalize so that future PTO boards have the freedom to do what they see fit.
How have you felt about serving 2 years? Is that just like so much to ask of people?
Interesting question. And I think
It seems like a ton of work.
the workflow kind of ebbs and flows. You're sort of crazy preparing for meetings, you're crazy preparing for events. I'm personally crazy when people don't show up to meetings and don't show up to events.
I love it.
It's, it's a frustration to get folks to volunteer to help out, and the other board members should chime in.
The first year, so.
Yeah, it is a large learning curve.
The biggest problem we had was all 4 board members left at the same time, and we all came on board brand new. So we need to figure out something for the current board members, either someone stays 3 years, or 2 people stays 3 years, or someone stays on like as an advisory capacity. I can't think of the word.
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly.
Stagger every 2
It
years.
should be 2 and 2.
It should be,
2 and 2 would be the
2
best.
years, 2 years, yeah.
Because it's harder having everybody change over, because
There's no-
change is good, but some continuity
Right,
is
There's no
also good.
institutional memory within the group, which is helpful, I'm sure, to you and Becky.
Yeah.
And Becky has been, thank God, she's been so helpful to us.
Yeah.
So, and she knows the drill,
But
but
we also had the freedom to try new things too, which was also kind of good. So, but it was the first couple of months, I'm sure Rick got tired of hearing from us.
Was there any kind of handoff, like for the different
Yeah,
positions?
very
informal.
it was one meeting, we took lots of notes, but there was no binder,
We need a timer
there
on
was no, nothing was written.
I got a big box of financial statements, and then that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. The other part is the officers from last time didn't really continue to come.
Yes.
Like it was a clean
Right.
break.
so some of
There was a
them,
couple of meetings in the beginning.
two of them, no longer have students here.
Yeah.
So, but,
Hey, I can understand why. They're just like, yeah, done.
So yes, we will be looking for some new board members come May.
So
I
there,
guess to your point, Jen.
is there a way to remedy that in the current bylaws?
No, again, they're general. And then also the current bylaws, I was confused because they reference an executive board and also officers. So it seems like there was more governance, maybe, or different layers of governance.
Or it was a holdover from the PTA and it wasn't supposed to be in there when they changed the bylaws.
So, again,
okay.
when I went through it all, I tried to streamline.
Okay, well, I think we should all take some time to read it, and I don't want to do that right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rick, you're next on the agenda.
So I have a ton to report. I've got a financial statement from the principals fund. So far this year, we have,
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys.
My husband's trying to
Oh,
stream at home.
Get on.
And he's not able to get on. He's not able
He
to.
needs the link.
Um,
So I'm looking. He's on the DBS.
it's on the Facebook.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
Someone text me.
So we have the screen, purchasing the screen this year. We purchased the spelling bee, the bike trailer, and Min's residency, which was for 4th grade. And we are at $13.23 in the principal's fund. So
$13, okay.
Were all of those items, either largely or entirely funded by PTO?
those are all funded by PTO. This is the PTO account. So, and as of this year, we haven't put more money into the principal's account, so that doesn't include any additional money. That's still running off last year.
No, but we'll be ready to do that, after the, hockey game on Saturday night.
Perfect. I mean, it's doing well.
Actually, I think we can give you a check tonight.
Okay.
What?
And then we'll have, but I can give you 1,500 and then that gives us some cushion, but I don't think we really have anything coming up. So I think we can just do the 2,000. We have about, it was 2,800 and I had to write, we bought the donation box, a couple things, so.
The donation box was like $30.
Yeah, and there was something else, I can't remember, but, so we have enough to get.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So here it is. This does include, just so you know, this does include both payments for the screen. We haven't paid out the second one yet.
Okay, that's fine.
So we're waiting for a bill, but so that will be gone probably by the end of next week. So we
Right, because
just
you have,
make figures.
you have enough money for that, right?
Yeah, the screen's all set.
Do you guys like some sort of big poster next to the screen tomorrow night that says?
That would be awesome, yeah.
Rick has a,
We
something
pay
to
for this.
project on.
Yeah, the royal we, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Rick had something to project on too, maybe,
Okay. Well,
PowerPoint.
We don't. We actually bought a DVD, actually a Blu-ray player, so we can play
Oh,
Blu-ray.
good, so my Frozen is Blu-ray.
So we won't have to fiddle with the
Good.
computer too. So
Nice.
And what I refer to as the Mac Daddy of
we haven't.
projectors, which
We have a Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh.
whenever projectors go, they're a little foggy, they don't work really well in light. This one you can turn on in full light and
Awesome.
you're like, oh.
So did the PTO pay for that too?
No.
Okay, I'm just, because we were wondering like what, all right, we got the projector, what's next?
The sound.
New speakers.
New mounted speaker. The sound system in the gym is, I wouldn't say it's dead, but it is probably like 1 inch from being dead. So
And we'll get the cost of that put into the notes or into the
Okay.
minutes, because we don't have that right now.
we had a terrific Unity Day. We had many more kids than I expected at Dademan doing the march. We did a little bit different this year. We said we're going to start at 7:40 and we were going to go, and we had a ton of kids there. It was pretty impressive. And then the end of the day assembly was was a lot of fun, other than the streaming not working, but
But the pictures were sea orange, it looked great.
it was pretty cool. It was very cool.
I thought there was a fair number of parents too, walking through the, yeah, in the morning, that was nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of parent volunteers there. And, you know, and that's one thing for us to think about. We had a good rush of parents coming in to volunteer for walking ride. It kind of ended for a while, so how can we, you know, spring walking ride, keep that going? Because it really is like, it's nice having all those parents on the side of the trail. So,
And then the crosswalks, right?
yeah. So, you know, there's some kind of twisty, turny sections up by the condos and stuff. It's just nice to
Yeah, I
have.
ended up moving halfway down the hill so that I could make sure kids weren't going into the river or climbing up on the rocks over the highway, because the people who were down by the river had stopped coming, so.
Horsing around.
We have, you know, I want to say, you know, if you're not going onto the Facebook page, go onto the Facebook page. Like, we've been really, I think, a lot better this year about putting pictures and stuff up there. It's updated a lot. And if you were there, you probably saw it yesterday. Madeline, I keep saying that. Charlotte, all right, was here. She interviewed one of our third grade
She was
classes.
here?
Yeah, she came here.
No, not Madeline, Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Oh.
From VPR.
Our Vermont Public
I saw that, I was like,
Mrs. Piper's class, and it was a lot of fun. So we'll be on VPR at some point. We don't quite know, they're going to do a Vermont edition of PBIS, so this is going to be one of their like leading segments for that. So that'll be fun. And we have
Good thing it's now recorded. Take my
we
notes
have
off.
Secretary Holcomb will be here, Secretary of Education, on November 24th, and the Agency of Education, which I'm sure you all are on the edge of your seats waiting for the next episode to come out. They do different 30-minute show on different topics. Every now and again, it plays on public access television, so she'll be coming on the 24th to do a Dothan Brook TV show for the state. So that'll be on climate, on school climate. So that'll be, it's kind of fun. It is the day before Thanksgiving, so I've already said, it can be a little crazy, but that's all right. The day up.
Yeah.
Brainomania, I don't quite know about that. We are gonna do something with Brainomania, but we've been doing it for a while, so I think the staff wants to take a little bit of time to rethink what we've done. So yes, there will be Brainomania, but it may be a little bit different. And I don't know if we'll still do it the week after vacation like we've done in the past. And 100th day, last year we did 100th day celebration tied in with a winter movie night. So which worked very well. So I don't know if we want to plan on doing that again. I think count out 100th day, it's usually beginning of February.
I think that's a good time because it's long enough after the holidays.
Friday in February-ish.
Early
February
February.
vacation is
February vacation
Like
is early.
early.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that Friday, February 6th,
Before vacation?
and then vacation starts on the 13th, which is a Friday, or, the 14th. Yeah. So
I wouldn't do that.
So it's either the 6th or the 27th.
The 6th is probably closer to 100 day.
Yeah, the 6th.
Do you want to check that date, Rick, and see?
Fine.
We can call it 100.
Yeah.
The 100th family movie night.
The kindergartners and first graders will correct us anyway.
Right.
And there's no way ever to get it exact,
Yeah.
because it's hardly ever gonna be a Friday, and we
Possible
may
snow
have snow
days.
days.
Yeah.
Right.
And if it ever worked perfectly, it would be a snow day.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the three
PTO meetings in a row.
Yeah, the cyber
That we missed
safety.
last year.
Yeah.
Everything went really good smoothly though.
And then The last thing that I want to encourage you all to do, we're going to be doing the first year of the SBAC, Smarter Balanced Assessment test in, excuse me, we don't quite know when we'll test, but the window's from mid-March till the end of the school year. But I encourage you to look up, I'll put it on Facebook too, but if you Google SBAC practice test and go on and look at it, just take it. Like, it won't give you a score, don't worry. But go on and take it and see what the kids are going to be expected to do. Because it's a different level of thinking than they've been assessed on in the past. And, we're working with our curriculum and our staff to try to teach more like this. And I actually think we have always done a good job of this anyways. But you should know, like, go on and look at it.
Is it a state test or is it what kind of
It's
national?
The Common Core state standards
Right.
were adopted by 48 states, and now a few have dropped off, so it's like 46-ish states. And those states under No Child Left Behind have to assess the standards. So some states have done the PARC assessment, which I don't know what PARC means. Then 30-something states have signed up to the SBAC, the Smarter Balanced Assessment. And Vermont was with them. It's actually, from what I've seen, we haven't taken it, so it's hard to have full judgment till we took it and see what the results will look like. But it's going to be a good test.
Every grade?
No, it will be 3, 4, and 5.
So it's replacing the kneecaps.
Yes, they're replacing them.
So
Okay.
instead of the kneecaps, it'll be the
With the exception of kneecap science, I'm sorry, any 4th grade parents in here, your kids will take the SBACs, they will take the NAEPS, the National Assessment Test, and they will take the kneecap science test in the fall. I'm sorry, I didn't make the decision.
Wow.
Okay, could you say that again?
So that's
I didn't
next-
catch all that. Before,
Our kids next year, district's fall?
Well, hopefully not.
Oh,
You get chosen to do the NAEPS, and they send you this wonderful letter. Congratulations.
This year's fourth or next year?
This year's fourth.
This year's fourth?
Yeah.
this year's fourth.
They'll take the NAEPS in the beginning of February, and then they'll take the SBAC somewhere March to the end of the year. We haven't said it yet, and they'll take the SBAC or the kneecaps in May.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, they better be used to it, I suppose. Yeah.
And that's just fourth grade. Okay.
So, but I just brought it up. Just go on and just see what it's like. It's kind of aggressive.
Okay, one other question to plug the dead horse. 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades, they will be taking the SBACs, but not the kneecaps.
Right. Only the 4th grade will take kneecap
Only the 4th grade will
science,
take kneecap science. Okay. Okay, so that's,
because there's not an SBAC science. They haven't developed it yet. So it's actually pretty strange because we're adopting these science standards, but the kneecaps, this test still assesses the old ones, so we're supposed to have adopted these new standards, but they're still assessing the old standards. It's bizarre.
The good news is, the kneecap science test is pretty hands-on.
Yeah.
There's a booklet portion, but there's an actual lab that they do.
okay,
As far as all the tests go, it's
The least painful.
okay.
They have to do an experiment, write about it, and collect the data, so. They usually do that.
Yeah.
Last year, they had to build a ramp and roll vehicles down the ramp, figure out how far they went.
So it measures teamwork or how do you measure it? I mean, do the teachers have to
They
sit
take
and
the
assess?
data,
Yeah.
they take the data, and they answer questions about them.
It sounds intense for all involved. Next on the agenda is upcoming school events and the holiday. Everybody's working up to the holiday concert.
Yes.
I know Joey comes home practicing his singing.
I
Don't even comment. No, Joey's not either, but he's fearless. He sings anyway.
And you should have got in a song about Ryan.
No, we got
no,
that in
I
a
don't-
packet.
I got it, yeah. Fuck.
I know that.
On her
Is it on his
blog.
blog?
Yeah.
on the music blog, so from the website, you can go on and you can get the audio of the songs.
There's something in the PE blog, some word or something that has it blocked as inappropriate content at the hospital.
Oh, nice.
I can get onto the music blog from work, but I can't get onto the PE blog.
Oh, it's on a Wix platform, so I wonder if it flags it.
I don't know, but
I've seen it, it's not in.
I was just gonna say.
expert on that. I wasn't really worried about the inappropriate, but it was very entertaining one day.
Oh, one other thing about the holiday concert, I have put up on volunteer spot, that we need volunteers to help with the parking situation, because there's limited parking on our
Should parkers bring flashlights?
Oh, that'd be a good idea. And also we'll need, extra helpers, to sell the raffle tickets for the couch, quote unquote, the
I
best
think
thing
we're
we
gonna
have.
do 50-50.
50/50?
I think that's, yes.
I think she wants to do that.
Okay. So,
We were concerned
Stand
that,
up the couch.
she was concerned, I think, that if you have, the kids are still gonna be on the risers
yes.
and
If you're in the
Not
middle,
knowing
you may be
where
further away from
from your kid.
Mm,
So get chairs and get with it. Oh, if you volunteer for parking, we will reserve a seat for you.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it's a little incentive.
Yes.
Exactly.
Really?
Yes, last year we reserved front row seats.
And
Okay.
will you ask the police department to direct traffic
Already
out
have.
afterwards?
Hopefully they'll show up. That's recorded.
And the
That's
other
the
thing,
thing, mine's on the day shift, it has nothing to do with.
the other thing we talked about is a better way to do the egress after the concert is
Oh,
over.
that
I
would,
have
yeah.
those notes. so-
Okay, good.
And we're gonna put up maps. We talked today about putting up a map, sending up maps where the kids are seated. so they can Strategically
Right.
place yourself.
Yeah, that would be
Right.
But then after the concert's over, to somehow get kids back to classrooms or something, or have them stay put, or,
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
figure out something a little less.
because that was a little, I was a little.
That was great. Yeah.
We're gonna flip the gym, so the kids will actually be where the bleachers are, and we'll seat back into the cafeteria, so hopefully there'll be more
okay.
space.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay.
That'll be nice. Yes. That's the joy of that movable. Some PTO events that are coming up that we really need help and participation at. Tomorrow is movie night. And I know Chevy signed up to do popcorn again.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't see it, didn't say popcorn.
Yeah, movie night some people have volunteered to bring some juice and snacks, and they were gonna drop off in the office if they can't be there at that event.
Do you need help setting it up though? or-
Setting up, cleaning up, helping during intermission. Yeah.
Okay.
Just do it all. Since our feature film is frozen. I think that's popular. I mean, that's what I heard, so hopefully we'll be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't been singing songs at our house.
We only have one boy at your house.
That's true.
Did Bill get dragons? Okay, so if Bill didn't get dragons, then I will buy it. I just stream it. I mean, stream it.
Yeah, we can stream.
Well, I was actually gonna go out and purchase it anyways, because my boys have been begging for it.
Yeah, we pre-ordered it. It's
I was
just-
gonna-
yeah.
Mm.
Right.
All right, then I'll just go out tonight and get it.
I think I already
It's
have it.
gonna, that's gonna be a DVD.
Oh, I know.
Not-
I know. We always get the one with the DVD and Blu-ray.
Saturday night is the concessions fundraiser at the Department hockey game. We always need help with that.
We have 7 right now. We'll need 10 adults pretty much to cover. 5:45 to about 8:45. 6.
And it's at Thompson Arena.
The gate, the doors open at 8, so we have to be ready. People have to be shown how to use the registers. So by 5:45, we get there, it then shows the registers.
The doors open at 8.
The doors open at 6.
Oh, okay, thank you.
The game's at 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Working the registers really isn't that hard, and it's actually kind of fun. We were supposed to try and get together some more signage this year. We had the big orange sign. We got kind of dinged on that.
And we had-
by people last year. And we need more handouts. We can work on that. People, like, why are we giving Dothan Brook School money? What do we do with it? That kind of thing. So we just need bigger signs, and we're very not prepared.
I'd be happy to make signage, I can't volunteer.
That'll be fine.
Okay.
We can make them up from the outside.
Okay, just big posters.
Well, we have one big poster board, that orange one from last year. I still have that at my house. But even just like 8.5 by 11 ones that we
There's
can.
places to hang.
Yeah, and we also have the new donation box that we can put a sign in too. So that would be good.
So 8.5 by 11.
And even, or even cut that in half, do like a half page so the kids can have like things to hand out.
Oh, okay.
You know, Otter this is what we're doing our money.
Do we have, do we see the stickers?
I have tons of stickers. I can't wait to get them out of my pantry.
Okay.
Lumber stickers?
And then
They're like little.
no
bullies,
little
no bullies
no bullying
stickers.
stickers that they give out, the kids hand out to people.
And they're great
Try and
incentive
get
for people to give them like $1 here. Here's a sticker. And then they give.
And the kids all wear their Otters.
Yeah, we have Otter shirts for pretty much anybody who's gonna volunteer. The PTO buy a whole bunch of them, so.
Incentives, look at that.
We've got ahead. And they all have the PTO label, PTO shirt on the inside label, so you can't forget it's ours.
The PTO is also doing a holiday card fundraiser. A lot of people buy the cards with the pictures on it, photos on it, to mail to family and friends. And we struck up a deal with Genevieve's Greetings.
Yes.
And we get a portion of the sales. So the links are on the Facebook page, I think, right, Rick?
Yes.
And also,
You push those out.
Yeah, we should push them out again.
So to go through that company.
yeah, and then it's also pointing out in the Friday.
Exactly.
That's not vision from quality and price.
Okay, just to go through that company
So
rather
if
than.
you go through, if we all go through, yes, and then.
And then Dothan Brook will get
We
40%.
get 40% of it.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna spend, some money on your card anyway.
But because it happened just immediately after our fall fundraiser, we didn't want to do like a big push, like, hey, we just finished a fundraiser, let's have another one. We were just kind of talking, and we were just solicited by this company. And we thought, hey, let's check it out. It looked pretty good. We thought we would just do like a very soft sell. If anyone's interested, think about it, consider it.
That's on the Facebook page though.
Yes.
And it's also going out in the Friday packet that we sent out. the Friday email.
Yeah, we
might wanna do it.
we can push it, yeah, we can push it up again.
But look in the email that Becky sent on Friday.
Right. And I just want to say that our fundraiser, we were down from last year. We had a really great year last year, and this year's probably more normal. So we're trying to do smaller things, and that's what the greeting cards and in sessions really gets us a fair amount of money. We can make up almost all our losses if we do well in concessions, so.
And very quickly, some community event announcements so that we can get to the Google Apps stuff. The White River School PTO let us know that they've got a meeting coming up on November 20th. It's the second in a series of health events that they're promoting and hosting. What to ask a pediatrician. 6:30, November 20th at the White River School in the library. And also, this has opened up a conversation with the White River School PTO, and hopefully we'll do more stuff with them in the spring. Some more community events to involve all the parents and all the elementary schools. So that's exciting. The Gingerbread Festival on December 13th at Tracy Hall that benefits the family place. And
Well, we will need, it's already on volunteer spot as well. I haven't done any other Facebook or anything else, but December 5th is a Friday. That is the week before the festival. That is when we need blank houses or house parts delivered to the school. If it's house parts, I can just quick glue it together, boom, done. Because the following week, the week of the festival, I'll be going around classroom to classroom, and they'll be decorating it, and that is what we will be donating to the Family Place Festival, and it will be the second annual Dothan Brook Village.
Did you guys already call to let them know?
Oh, they have all the information. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, they send so you doing it again?
Okay, good.
Yes.
We won a couple of awards last year too. We found out a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
weeks later.
Really?
There were 2 classrooms that got cards. One was an award for, I forget what the category was.
Okay.
But the other one was a thank you note from the woman who bought the gingerbread house.
Oh, wow.
Yes, about how cute it was.
That's wonderful.
It was really neat.
How many roses do you need?
15. And on volunteer spot, I wrote, provide one house. So if you only want to provide one, just sign up for one. If you want to make 2 or 3, sign up for 2.
And Jen said she's a rescue.
Yes, it's awesome.
Okay? If you need any help, call me, text me, email me. I will do it with you if you need help doing it that way. So,
We can put that on the Facebook page in
Yeah.
another week or so.
yeah.
On the Facebook too, we all like it.
And it's, yeah.
Yeah, we're almost to 500 likes too. Okay.
Try to remember that when I see something.
488, we've been at 488 for a while.
Now, is our Facebook page
You're so
closed? Is it private, or can people and like grandparents in Texas
Grandparents
like
can
it?
like it.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can.
And they can see it too, even if they don't like it, and
Is
if
there any way
you
we
share
can get
the.
preschoolers on there? Some pre-K classes on Facebook?
The picture?
Yeah, pictures of students. Sorry. I have an angry pre-K because she's
She's
not.
not on the Facebook page.
We're a little bit more cautious with the younger ones. I'll make sure I get a picture of them.
You have your rental permission.
You wait, I'll be tomorrow.
I don't know.
Pasted on.
Like the
Facebook.
back. Or walking down the hall.
She wants to be the cover photo.
Yes.
There we go.
It's not fair, it's not fair.
Hey, fair is really important when there's 2 kids in the house.
And last but not least, the Polar Express is coming to White River Junction on December 13th and 14th, and that benefits the local Rotary. And I know that the school gets Rotary funds, so it's always good to support your local Rotary.
In School Community Council on the 21st, we will be sending out invites for a Google Hangout if you want to participate online.
And the other date that the staff is making.
145.
Yeah, the staff is making a big deal out of is March 4th is Read Across America Day, and we're going to make a big Read Across America week. So there are a bunch of people who are on board. We're transforming the halls into Whoville, and we'll be looking for help for that too.
Will you do, where you can do the author Skypes?
Oh,
Have you
that's a
done
great
that?
idea, no.
Yeah, I know other schools have done that, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. And there's some pretty popular authors.
Author States.
Author
Yeah.
Skypes, there's a whole, the author Skypes website, and there's a whole long list of authors.
What is it? Mo Willems.
Some I've heard of, some are pretty popular, but you can go and you can schedule free, they'll do a free 20-minute.
Wow.
Skype.
That's a great idea. Check that out.
And that leads us into our parent workshop.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get this up here. So do I just
The green, yeah, the green one, I'm pretty sure.
entire screen?
Go to the one that, no, go to the one that came on.
Mm,
Where's your presentation?
it's up, but it's up right here.
Are you watching it online?
No, I'm showing her that you can.
Yeah.
Their sound is like this, so it probably would have.
Well, nobody's
No,
texting us.
put that up.
Hmm?
They got to follow like.
Where is the screen that's so you just hit play?
So I can.
Oh, so do I have to play? Can I present? Okay.
Pretty sure you're up.
Oh, and there's Molly right next to
Okay. So this is not the Mac Daddy projector, and it's not great in the light, but I think you can see for the most part. We are a Google Apps for Education district. It's throughout the whole Hartford School District. Even though our email addresses say @hartfordschools.net, it's still a Gmail email account. And that may not necessarily mean much to you, but I found this great little video that just kind of highlights, if I can make it work. It's just a minute long.
So is this presentation going to be available on the website?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
Whoops. So that was just a nice little overview, but when I was thinking about what is the difference for me between when I was in school versus what these kids have now, and one of the big things is if you had to work on a project with a friend, you had to arrange to go to your friend's house. And you had to get your mom to run there, and then, the coordination was just really hard. And being a Google Apps school has given us top of the line technology right every day. And there's always some fear with it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what some of the myths kind of are with Google Apps and some of the great things that we can do. And literally every day I find something out new that we can do with it. Last week I found out we can stream something over YouTube using a Google Hangout, and that's what this is right here. So that's one of the applications that as a teacher I have access to, but your kids don't have access to with their accounts. So I'll talk to you a little bit about that. So first, what is an app? And you hear kids talking about them all the time. You're used to thinking about apps on your iPhone and apps like that. It's just an application, in this case, that works on the Google platform. So when the kids go onto the internet, if they log into their account, there are certain apps or applications that they have access to. And those are all managed by our district administrator, Dwayne Fitzhebert. Basically, what we do is we find out what are the new apps, what are the things we want to try with kids, and we say to Dwayne, can you unlock this for us so we can try it? And he'll unlock it for the teachers first, we'll play around with it, and then if we think there's a way we can use it in the classroom, we'll roll out a classroom at a time and give kids access little by little. And so currently, when I did a little research into what is a Google account and who has access to what, there's a big, huge difference between administrators and staff and students. And it's sort of a tiered system of who has privileges to what kind of apps. The basics are all the same. So for staff, it's your last name, first initial @hartfordschools.net. And this makes me nostalgic every time I see it. But for your kids, it's their last name, first initial, year of high school graduation.
Is that what that number is?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And I have it written down.
Random.
So Joe is the class of 2024.
Oh my God.
And maybe I can even put him on the spot. We can have him log in a minute. But so that's the same for every student in the Hartford School District, unless there's something a little wonky. Like one year we had triplets with the same last name, same first initial. So we can do something a little different in that situation. But even though it says at hartfordschools.net, it's still a Gmail account. It's still under a Google domain. It's under the Hartford Schools domain. So if it's a Google account, is it like Gmail? Yes and no. For example, kindergarten and pre-K, they don't have accounts at this time. So their last name, first initial, year of graduation isn't going to do anything for them until we ask the district administrator to do that, and until there's a need to do that. But in general, pre-K and kindergarten use applications on the iPad where they don't need to log in, things that we've sort of set up for them. First grade is when they really first start using their Google username and password to get into their documents. And if you notice, it's fairly similar for all the grades. So in first grade, they have access to email, limited, documents and Drive, which I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute, and Google Classroom, which is brand new this year to us, and we're super excited about it. I'll show you that. And then every year, the idea is you're supposed to, I would say sort of build, you're supposed to have more and more access to the different applications. Fifth grade is the backwards one to this. They don't have access to Calendar right now, but we don't have people using Calendar in that way, so that doesn't worry me a bit. But currently, all of the kids' email accounts are internal email accounts. So even though it's an email, they can't send emails outside of hartfordschools.net. So they couldn't send an email to you on your personal email account. We can set it up so they can or cannot send email in that regard. None of our 1 through 5 students can send email outside of the district, nor can they get email in from outside. So everything is filtered and safe, and we all have access to their accounts. The very first thing that I start 4th and 5th grade with is I go over the acceptable use policy with them, which is like legal speak to them. But we break it down a little bit and we talk about right to privacy and things like that. And that basically by using a school account, they don't have a right to privacy. We can check it if we're worried about things. And as parents, you guys can check it and talk to us if you have any issues. And there are also a set of guidelines that we share with them about what the school accounts are for and what they're not for. And that comes through classroom education, class council with Mrs. Wheeler and Mrs. Lawlier. They work a lot on that. And here in the library, we do that as well. So I wanted to start with Google Docs and Drive first. I think
Will they have those same email addresses all the way through high school?
They will. They'll never change. And so I actually, to keep track, I have to write a little sign above my computer that says first grade, class of, right? So I know what the numbers are. So that'll be theirs forever.
Wow.
And we're all until
they graduate.
Hartford. Yes. Any other questions before I move on with that? Anything to add? Have you been in your email recently? No. So Google Docs and Drive is probably what we use the most. It's sort of like a Word document. I'm gonna bring mine up as well so you can see what it looks like. And mine looks a little different, but it's the basics. So here's the Google Drive. This is where students would go if they are going to type something. It looks like a Word document that we were used to. It has the same functions for the most part. But the wonderful thing that I think I like most about this is that you can share it with people. And, well, after I give it a name, I can share it with people and they can edit it right at the same time. And we can work on something together. So if I send this to Rick, he and I can work on the same document at the same time. You can send it to anybody in the Hartford school, so a whole class can be working on the same document. Sometimes Rick has the whole staff working on the same document, and everybody's typing at the same time, and the document's going up and down.
I wish I had that.
The PTO needs that.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's great. And the other thing that I really like, and here's Rick, he's, and sometimes we like to play really funny little things. When I was a classroom teacher before this, and I was absent one day, was home with a sick child. My class was in the lab, and I could see who was online, and I started typing someone, and I said, "Hey, what are you doing? This is Mrs. Bailu," and I was imagining what was going down. But
I've run staff meetings over Google Docs.
He has. Even when he's absent, he doesn't cancel the staff meetings. He does. And the other thing I really like about this, I just learned this year, and so I showed a couple of fifth graders how to do this. So if you are typing or writing a research paper, you can research right in your Google document, and this is the best part. So I don't know what that is, but let's see, what's Thanksgiving? So if I'm searching for Thanksgiving, I can decide what I want to search for, but if I like this and I'm going to quote something from this article, I can insert a link right into my document, or I can cite it. So when we start talking about bibliographies, so watch what happened right at the bottom. This was so exciting to me.
Oh my God, that is so much easier.
No,
Yes,
isn't it not fair?
I had to do all that with a typewriter.
Yeah. So that's my new favorite right
Wow.
there.
You can probably embed videos and stuff.
You can also decide what you want to look for. If you're just looking for photos, you can just search for images and it'll pick the images. And again, you can pop the image. Whoops, that didn't pop it in. You can pop the image right in, usually. There it is.
And it was the citing for that one.
It does. It put a little 2 there. And if you look down at the bottom, that's the website where I got my photo. I know. It's not fair.
Put your hand up, ask me something.
What was your question? No?
He wants to know when he can log into his email.
Do you want to? Do you want to show us? All right, come here. It might, you know what it might do? It might kick me off, but we'll make, oh yeah, you can't. You know what though? If Mr. D will let you in there, you can get a laptop. And we'll have him log in and show what a student looks like. Okay? So the other, okay, back to my presentation here. I get so excited. Oops. So this was a first grader, the first day that we had them in the lab. And if you see right down by her mouse, I give them a little paper. So it teaches them which buttons to hit when you log in. It's not like turning on a computer here, unfortunately. You have to hit Control-Alt-Delete to get in. We figured out how to make that work. We put stickers on the buttons, red, orange, yellow. So you hit red, hold it down, hit orange, hold it down, hit yellow, hold it down. And then the rest of that paper shows her exactly what to do to get into her account. What we're working on right now is that, the computer is not broken. It really is your typing. You really do have a character in there that you don't need, so let's try to figure it out. And I went in today, they were in there for the second time, and they got in probably in half the time that it took them on the computers. A couple kids were trying to press the screen.
Yeah.
Because they're so used to the tablets. The other thing that I would say they probably use more in 4th and 5th grade is the Google Mail, the Google email. And this is a first grader's account. This is Thomas Thorburns' account, and I just pulled it up. You can see that he hasn't ever been into his email. Because as a first grader, even though they log in with their email account, what they do then is go directly into Drive. There's no reason for them to get into their email yet. 4th and 5th grade used to use it a lot to share documents with each other, but now that's even becoming, there's a step in between where they don't have to do that anymore. Does anybody have any questions about email? Sometimes that's touchy, but I think that we're really good here about, I like the filtering. When we talked about, whether we wanted them to get emails in and out, we were pretty careful about saying, no, I don't think we do. Occasionally, when kids have to create accounts for certain apps, we have to ask permission from our network administrator to let an email come through from a specific place, and that we can do, but.
So Nicole, the teachers and staff have the ability to get into any chat.
Within reason, one of us does.
Yeah.
So for the most part, absolutely, somebody here can get it. First grade, I can tell you, and second grade, their whole class has the same password. Third grade, they start to teach the kids how to create good passwords and what makes a good password and how to manage it. Did you get in? All right, so Joe logged into his.
But we can always reset the password. Nicole can reset the password.
Oh, you even have docs in there.
Are kids using it socially?
No, they're not supposed to. And if we find out,
Oh, they're not supposed to.
Nope.
Yeah, that's part of the acceptable use.
They
You know what
do.
I'm gonna do?
You can use it as a teachable
Plug
moment.
in the projector to this right now.
The one thing that we've used the email for is, my third grader, last year in second grade, he was having some troubles with doing the homework. So he and his teacher would email back and forth. She would email a question and he would have to email back the answer.
That is
To
a
get the
great use
Because
of
they
it.
can check this at home too.
Right.
My son is logged in at home and then he does what he's working on in school.
Right,
He'll
yeah.
check his Google Docs.
And even this year, in third grade, my son has emailed his teacher a question about something that he was too timid to ask her in person.
Oh, that's
And-
great.
You know, she emailed right back and he felt much better.
Even and Joe logged in the other night to play math games.
On
that where they
Portal.
did the math?
Oh, okay.
You can say math games?
Second-
All right, I didn't know
Well,
that.
second grade teachers, are you second grade? No,
Third.
third. Did you go on Portal?
No, we went on to notification.com.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too. So there's some that they just know because we use them all the time. A couple of the classes have Portal sites set up, and that's just like a link to a bunch of games we've already sort of used pre-approved. But any second grade parents, you could have your say, go to Portal and show me what teachers have set up, and they'll know exactly. So Google Sites, I would say, is used less commonly with only for portfolio for the most part right now.
4 and
We
5.
use it, but
4 and 5.
4 and 5 use it. So this is one of my other favorites I want to show you, and it's Google Classroom, and we have more and more groups using this. It's new this year, so I pulled up. I didn't try it first with this group. I tried it first with Mr. Burns' group. Let me see if I can. Here's my home button here. So I was sort of piloting to see what it would be like at the very beginning to see if it would work. And by starting a Google Classroom online, I invited a classroom of kids to join my class. I called it 5 Burns Library and Tech class. And what I can do is I can give the kids an assignment. So I just quickly, my goal here was I wanted them to be able to go between multiple tabs up at the top. I wanted them to be able to copy and paste text using their mouse and turn in an assignment. So there were a couple of underlying skills that they were practicing by doing this, but I asked them, what are your favorite kind of books? Give me some ideas of some books you would like the library to have. So I showed them how to use Amazon and how it made recommendations based on books that they liked already. And so they did that. And this is what it looked like to them. As a teacher, I can see that 12 kids turned it in and 2 kids are still working on it. I can click on the ones that handed it in, and I can look at one of them, one of their documents, to see what she put in this case. So these were the titles of the books that she suggested. I can also, as a teacher, share comments with my class or videos and ask them to comment on it. I can attach a document or an assignment right to this, and the kids could click on it, and I can set it up so they automatically get their own copy, and all the changes they make will be saved in their own drive versus what we had to do before this was the kids had to make a copy in the Google Drive, save it as a different name, and then share it back with us. So it just took out that whole step right there. And we can set it up so that they can interact or not. You know, you can give them access to talk with each other and around a topic. So it's really become a hugely collaborative tool. And even sometimes when they're sitting in the same room. But I think Joe wants to show us his account. See what it looks like. So I'm gonna unplug this. Is that gonna mess with?
No.
pop up here. Start mirroring. All right, so this is your account, right? So what are all these things right here?
A lot of those are just stuff she wanted us to like. This is a story she wanted me to share.
Yeah. And who's she that you're talking about?
Miss Shetty.
Miss Shaddy. Okay. And for us, we can see who the last person was to access the document. So Mrs. Shaddy was the last person. She must have opened it and read it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so these are other stories. I can tell that he's got some documents here. You have some pictures from last year. Were you studying Canada?
Yeah.
And did you make a Canada presentation? Cool. Can I click on that? You don't remember? Do you remember now?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's very cool.
Isn't that cool?
I remember those juniors and markers.
And then this, his teacher is using Google Classroom. And this is his folder where all of the assignments she sends out will end up. So when he looks into his drive, this is Joe's drive right here. He has a 3rd grade folder and the Google Classroom folder. And then he's got
that classroom page that you
the Google Classroom
yeah,
up here. And then if you click on more, it'll show up right here at the bottom. So when Joe looks at Classroom, this is what it looks like. He is part of one class. So he could also be a part of a library class and, you know, something else that he's doing. So this was an all about me paragraph, right?
But we can't access this from our house.
You can if they log in.
But how do they log in?
They just go to, you go to Google
Okay.
and let me close it here and see. So
It's like logging into, do you have a Gmail account?
I do.
It's just like logging into Gmail, yeah.
So right here at the top of the Google page, you just sign in, and Joe signed in with, what was it?
24@hartfordschools.net.
That's right.
And your super secret password.
And his super secret password. Oh, I'm bringing you to do all presentations from now on. You are so awesome.
I'm mindful of time. Has everybody got a couple extra minutes to spend? Yeah, good.
Nicole, if you have a minute, will you talk about their keyboarding
Yeah.
skills?
We were, Mrs. Rainey and I were actually talking about that today. So keyboarding is definitely the new, it used to be, I think we pushed a lot of, learn your math facts. It's really important for them to know how to type efficiently.
And what grade?
We're starting at 1st grade with keyboarding. Now, the caveat being, their hands don't really fit the.
I mean, is that on? Not now.
Oh yeah, schools. Their hands don't really fit the keyboards yet, except the laptops are better. So the netbooks and the laptops we have are more fitted to them. But it's really getting used to where the keys are. We have a school subscription until May to Type to Learn 4. It's not my favorite. It's very video gamey, and there's a lot of ways that kids have learned to bypass the practice and get to the game. But there's a couple of apps, Chrome extensions that we found, and we're putting together a list of typing games that work pretty well. None of them are perfect, because the minute you start using the wrong finger, they're learning the wrong key. But what we're focusing on is learning the home row, where your pointer finger should be, and you got in pretty quickly, right? Where your pointer finger should be, and just getting used to being accurate, and then we'll work on being fast. The more they practice, the better they get. But I spoke to a pediatrician once about this, and he said 5 minutes a day, and you've pretty much reached your frustration point. 5 minutes every day would be the best way to do it.
I love to see typing websites because I know you posted some links, and they're all so full of ads. Like I went in and I tried it, and I found myself getting lost and accidentally clicking on ads.
Yeah.
And some ads are tricky. And
Yeah.
there are some that I'm like, where am I? And I realize that if I can't do it, I'm not.
So there's a favorite that I have right now that you can sign up for a personal account for. It's Typing Club, and it's a Chrome extension. It's very plain and simple, and what I really like about it is it shows a video at the bottom, not really a video, but a graphic of your hand, and highlights the finger you're supposed to be typing with in blue. So if it's a key that you're supposed to hit with your pointer finger is blue. We're piloting it with 2 classrooms, but for the free part, we're only allowed to pilot with 2. You can play it for free anytime you want or use it for free, but it won't track your progress. You can track your own progress, but it won't keep the data. But that's one of the best that I've found so far. Type to Learn is still good. It still tracks their progress. It still will tell you how fast the kids are typing and what their errors are. And it'll give you lessons that it knows you have issues with. But
I feel like we're finally at the point where we can push typing a little bit.
Yeah.
Because now we'll have a cart in every grade will have their own cart to share. So there'll be a classroom set for both of the classes, so that we'll be able to do that daily rather than, because once you're trying to share the computer lab for typing, pretty much you can't do anything else because everyone needs to be there to type on a regular basis. So it was a balance, but now we're finally there where we have enough devices to really push it a little more.
Thank you, Joe.
great teacher. And that was a little more.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Hang out.
Want me to stop the hangout?
Do we have a topic for our next parent workshop? Any ideas? No?
I have a question. I don't know if for the group or not. I have a question about tardies.
Yes.
Okay. So I understand that school starts at 8 o'clock, but like my frustration, and it's like almost like road rage, when we have parents, and I love to see my children like walk through the door so I know that like they're in. But when you park your car in front of the school and then you get out, there's a line. And now my child's late for school because you're parked. And now 5 tardies, and now I have a letter saying, you know, been late to school for five times, and now we're gonna report you to DBS.
I got that letter, by the way.
Yeah, I got it last year, I got it again this year, but I mean, is there any way we can,
Do some public education.
I mean, like if you wanna get out to see your child in, you need to park somewhere else. You can't park in
You put up
front
the
of the
sandwich
school,
sign a little
like-
bit that says,
That's so
drop off
frustrating.
only. Yeah.
Like, I almost wanna like volunteer to stand in front of the school and like keep it moving, don't do that.
I invested in the
Rotary
phone wall.
first.
Oh my gosh, I'm already getting fired up
I
thinking
don't
this is talking.
And I'm frustrated too when people don't give the bus